We finally got it, introverts. We finally got it. Our anime. If Underrated Gem was an anime, it would have been called Bocchi The Rock. Before coming into this fall season, there was so much hype behind animes like Blue Lock, Chainsaw Man, and The Return of Spy Family and To Your Eternity. But Bocchi The Rock? People didn't even know this anime existed. There was more hype for Makima's ass than this anime. That's how obscure this anime was. But now things have completely turned around for Bocchi The Rock, and that's only due to its sheer quality and how good this anime actually is. At a glance, it may look like your typical cute girls doing cute things anime with an extremely shy main character, but the characters and the problems they face feel real, so it's a disservice to dumb it down to that in my opinion. I see a lot of people commenting how this anime is very similar to K-On! I haven't watched K-On!, but I presume that's due to both of them being in the cute girls doing cute things genre, and both are also rock themed. But to me, this anime reminded me of Watamote. Remember Watamote? That anime that came out back in the day with an extremely introverted MC? Well, the social anxiety aspect of Bocchi The Rock's MC Hitori was reminding me of Watamote's MC Tomoko, and the fact that both Hitori and Tomoko's social anxiety was being utilized for comedic effects further strengthens this similarity. But unlike Watamote, which is trying to be a pure comedy and doesn't let the character of Tomoko evolve from her experiences, Hitori in Bocchi The Rock seems to be growing from the awkward and negative experiences that she's going through, such as the time when Hitori had to invite a certain amount of people to the concert that they were going to perform in, but realizes that she has no friends to invite, so she's forced to perform on the street with a stranger she met moments earlier, and needs to confront the pressure that comes from performing to strangers on the street, which she overcomes and gains fans in the process. And many instances like that where we see Bocchi grow from these scenarios not only provides opportunities to deliver an amazing comedy, which it nails most of the time, but also contributes to Hitori's development as a character. The characters in this anime are very compelling for a cute girls doing cute things anime. I feared the supporting cast were just going to be that cute surface level characters, but akin to Hitori, they have moments where we're shown that's not the case, such as the time Hitori was tasked to write the lyrics for the band, and she, being the anxious overthinker that she is, second guesses her own writing. She worries if her style of writing isn't to her bandmates' liking, so she ends up writing a generic band song instead. But that still doesn't relieve her anxiety, so she decides to show it to someone before revealing her lyrics to the band. She decides to check it up with Ryo, and the interaction that we get from this really helps to expand upon the character of Ryo. Ryo is a chill, laid-back person who likes to keep to herself most of the time, not because she has anxiety that prevents her from interacting with people like Hitori does, but rather it's her preference to be alone. She is also an upfront person who doesn't compromise her interests just to please others. We find that out when Ryo tells Hitori that she was in another band in the past and quit when the band was straying from their path of authenticity. She tells Hitori that abandoning her uniqueness is equivalent to dying, and that's some powerful words right there. That's relevant not only for people involved in creative works but also real life. How many of us mold ourselves to the expectation of others in fear of what they might say or think about us? It reminded me of another anime that I watched recently that captures and executes this theme really well. The Anthem of the Heart, where the main character ceases to express herself to the point of becoming a mute due to her traumatic past. It's a real good anime movie, check it out if you haven't, but I digress. After Hitori hears Ryo's advice, she decides to be authentic and produce lyrics that's true to herself, even though the lyrics may expose to others the sad and gloomy feelings that live within herself. She shows the lyrics to her bandmates and faces the awkwardness that results from this head on, and her friends accept the lyrics wholeheartedly cause they're real G's of a friend. This was one of my favorite portions of the story because of the theme it touched upon, and Ryo is one of my favorite characters in the series, and we got some development from her as well. The other character that I like from the four is Nijika. Nijika is the more extroverted of the bunch and also the more ordinary, which makes her interactions with the quirky nature of her friends more hilarious. She's the one who initiates narrates most of their interaction. She was the one who approached Ryo and invited her to be in a band with her after Ryo had split with her former band. She was also the one who approached Hitori to join their band. From this you may come to the conclusion that Nijika is doing this out of the love for rock, and it's nothing more than that. You may not even ask this question because plot needs to happen and it just happens, but we actually get a reason for why she has this incentive to do all this, which makes us understand the character of Nijika more and even feel for her. See, Nijika's mother passed away when she was young and her father left her and her older sister shortly after. So Nijika's sister Seika, who was in a band at the time, left in order to open the Starry Club for Nijika, who was always alone and really liked rock concerts. Nijika is aware of the self-sacrifice that her sister has made for her, so she wants to repay her by making Starry a famous club. That's why she's so motivated in facilitating the next steps of the band, and it also recontextualizes the scenes where she recruited both Hitori and Ryo, and this thoughtfulness put into this story makes me wonder if I'll see some of the things I've already seen in a different light if we get some new info revealed, and it also adds to my intrigue for the story as I go along following their journey. And one character I haven't still mentioned is Kita. She seems for you. Now let's talk about arguably the most epic part of the story. The band is set to perform their songs, which they've been working very hard on. Ryo has composed the songs, Bocchi finished the lyrics, Kita put in the bass training, and now all that's left is to perform their first concert that they have put all this blood, sweat and tears into. Kita introduces the band members and they finally start playing. And it flops. The nerves seems to be getting to them. They are not in sync to the point of making the few attendees there regret even coming to the opening acts. The nerves has not still left them and they are about to sing their second song. And it seems the audience is about to get another helping of their discoordinated performance until Hitori, out of nowhere, to the surprise of everyone, starts playing the guitar in a way she has never before, at least not in public, which in turn makes the other girls give their all in order to match Hitori's intensity and turn the audience's disappointment around into admiration. This was a great scene for Hitori, which was accompanied by the show's great production, and that was very evident when Hitori was doing the solo play. Such a magnifique scene. The funniest part of this anime for me were when Nijika and Kita went to Hitori's house to decide the design of their band clothes. They are greeted in an unnecessary grandiose fashion by Hitori, which is very awkward and kind of painful to watch, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't burst out laughing. And the whole interaction that follows with them and Hitori's parents was wholesome and relatable in a way. They did the whole embarrassing childhood photo trope, which actually was good since it forced a reaction out of Hitori. Also the gag where the parents find it hard to believe Hitori has friends and the incessant questions they kept asking Nijika and Kita if they were rentals and not Hitori's friends, and them desperately trying to persuade the parents that they were really her friends was quite hilarious. In short, this anime is really good. Don't sleep on it. Watch it now. If you've made it this far into the video and like the content, make sure to subscribe and leave a like and also a comment, and see you guys later.